Something creepy is going on. We all see it.
Whoa. It's a ghost. A Ghostwriter?
Sesame Workshop produced the original Ghostwriter in the 1990s. And what we wanted to do is, the show was really well received, and we thought it would be a really great opportunity to, reimagine it. I live in Brooklyn, and I actually live in that neighborhood where Ghostwriter was originally shot. It's a different neighborhood than it was then, but it was really an exciting opportunity to reimagine it for kids today.
Frustratingly, I am actually a little too old for even the old version. That first one, you just really see like a meaningfully diverse cast, that something set actually in Brooklyn. Like there's a lot of special things about that show. I was happy to be a part of the reimagining of it.
It's not easy being the new kid.
The menu board says come together.
Ever since you moved here, we've seen these bizarre messages. This never happened at my old school.
I'm pretty sure it's never happened at any school.
What sort of things did you want to bring over from the original?
The whole idea of it being a ghostwriter who's communicating to a group of kids. These kids don't know each other. They've been brought together by this ghostwriter. That was something that we wanted to, remain true. The original series had literacy. It was the curriculum. So it was about teaching kids to read, and, all of the text on screen was very purposeful. What we wanted to do with this reimagining of the series is actually focus on literature. Oftentimes kids get kind of stuck in a type of a book, like they'll only read comic books or they'll only read nonfiction. We wanted to have a variety of books that would give kids an appetite to kind of explore and dive deeper into.
Look!
Mowgli from the Jungle Book.
Why did Ghostwriter release these characters? Find the book and read it. It's the only way we're going to solve this mystery.
They also had to be strategic in terms of picking books that would thematically and kind of narratively support where the mystery was at that point in the story. So it was a little bit of give and take. There were, on the one hand, we knew there were kind of big, classic titles we would know that we want to get in there. And then there were other times where we needed a book that would sort of serve our purposes for the story we were trying to tell.
We are doing a companion series of books to the series, the public domain books, Frankenstein and Alice in Wonderland and Jungle Books. The books are available on any ebook platform right now, and they're actually free for a limited time.
Those books that Kay just mentioned, they're official Ghostwriter version of the books that we rewrote to make a little more palatable for children readers, because you wouldn't really want a 6-year-old to read Frankenstein because it's pretty gruesome. I'm scared myself of reading Frankenstein. So, yeah.
Alice's Adventures in Wonderland.
Ghostwriter let the characters out of the book.
Mad Hatter.
Alice, the rabbit.
That's Mr. W. Rabbit to you. What is this?
What are you doing?
Horrifying.
We had a lot of sort of well-known fictional characters that traditionally have been played by white actors when they get dramatized. But for instance, we had an African Canadian queen for the Red Queen in Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. Alice was of Asian descent. In the script, Alice shrinks into tiny size and meets our character Donna, and it was scripted that Donna says, "Oh, you were exactly like I pictured you." It ended up having a more poignant, kind of deeper meaning once the casting sort of turned out the way it did, or it sort of opened you up a little more to possibilities of how kids would perceive things and how they could see the world.
Have you guys heard from any of the original cast, or you have Samuel L. Jackson, you have original creators and stuff like that? Have you heard from any of them?
Well, Sam was calling me the other day. We were talking about some other things. And no, sure. I have not heard from anyone. Maybe Kay could speak to that.
Oh no, and we and we reached out to Sam and some of the original cast and Julia Stiles and so forth, and tried to but their schedules, they weren't available. But
right.
It would be great to try to have them come on as a cameo in future episodes. We'd love that.
Compared to the original Ghostwriter, it looks like the CGI has improved a lot, in the past, 20, 30 years or whatever. I'm excited for how it's improved in that amount of time.
Well, it also shows you how the technology just improves. I mean, when it came out, Ghostwriter, that was sort of interesting technology when it happened, and things The cutting edge grows dull at some point.
Ghosts only hang around when they have some sort of unfinished business.
Something bigger, a real secret.
You know, kids are more sophisticated than we think and give them credit for. You know, they're watching the news, they know what's going on, they hear the conversations that you know, their parents and older adults around them are having. And I think that what makes a show really attractive to that age group is that it doesn't talk down to them. Our main core characters are in middle school. So if you're a 6 or 7 or 8 year old, it's aspirational because you're looking forward to being in middle school. And then the things that they're dealing with in school with their friends, the social, you know, stakes, and those are things that 8, 9, 10, and 11-year-olds can relate to because they themselves or older siblings or older friends are also experiencing it.
What drew you to this type of work? You know, why children's programming?
It's a space where there's a lot of programming that isn't very good, or is sometimes, you know, a few steps behind the rest of the curve. So for me as a director, it's a chance to innovate a lot that you don't get in other spaces.
You know what? I've wanted to work in kids TV for a long time, since I was like in middle school, actually. It was always something that I wanted to do. And I love the idea of making content that really does have an impact on kids. Whatever we can do to really make them, you know, to support them and make them ready for the, you know, future, that's all something that I'm excited about doing, and love the, you know, having the opportunity to work with creative talent like Luke and the folks at Apple. It's just, you know, it's been great. I love it. I love my job. I'm so excited.
Ghostwriter! Can you hear us?
Hey,
The whole city, Ken.